R.D. Chin, who is the feng shui architect on the job. Now, how would you like to open up?
Okay, what I would like to do might be very nice to begin with the ringing of bells.
Okay.
Do a little introduction about what I do, and then we'll kind of talk about the apartment.
Okay, let's bring in Anne-Marie and Stefano.
Yes. So this is how I always like to begin a consultation. It's very nice to have your left hand on top of your right hand and your thumbs together and put it close to your stomach. And the Chinese call this area the dantian, the center of your being. And this is a hand gesture or mudra called the heart calming mudra. Just calming our hearts, welcoming in all the positive energies into our sacred space and through our hearts to help enhance our knowledge and our inner chi, which is the life force energy within. And what I'm going to do is going to ring my bells 3 times to begin our time together. That was very nice. Okay, so let me talk about what I do here. So, what I do is the art of feng shui, which means wind and water in Chinese. And the principle about feng shui is to harness and balance the qi energy in one space. And qi is defined as that universal life force energy. And what I have done is to integrate feng shui as part of my professional work as an architect and interior designer. But I feel that this approach also integrates a spiritual as well as a holistic approach at looking at one space. Now, in the traditional schools of feng shui, a practitioner would probably bring in one of these compasses. It's called a Chinese compass or a lopan. And what this compass consists of is a magnetic needle in the center with all of these concentric circles with Chinese characters and symbols. Essentially, this compass consists of 3 sets of rings. There's a ring for earth, of man, and of heaven. So the thinking is we're going to actually come into a space to help connect earth, man, and heaven. Now, in this approach of feng shui, we'll be focusing only at the very center of the compass. And rather than a magnetic needle, we'll be looking at this diagram. And in the center will be the symbol, which everybody's familiar with, which is the yin-yang symbol.
Opposites in harmony.
Opposites in harmony. Because the very essence and reason why we're doing feng shui is to achieve, right, a harmony and a dynamic balance of ourselves in our space. Now, from this yin-yang symbol, we're going to be looking at these 3 lines over here. And these 3 lines are called trigrams. And they're derived from the I Ching, or the Chinese Book of Changes. So this diagram that I like to teach people is called a Ba Gua. Ba means 8 in Chinese, and Gua is trigrams, 8 trigrams. Now, each of these areas represent different qualities of our life in our space. So, here we are at Stefano's apartment. So the first thing that I did was to lay the Ba Gua over the entire building where he's located. And energetically, his apartment is located in the helpful people travel corner, or also of the father energy. So this apartment has a lot of male energy here. So one of the first things that I suggested when I saw the openings going through his apartment, a nice way to kind of balance off male energy is to put more female energy. And when I say female energy, that's something more rounded. So that connotes love or compassion. So we have these openings which have nice, beautiful, rounded arches. So then it doesn't have this really, heavy, rigid quality. And I'm sure Stefano and everybody else likes to have balance in their life. And so I think that that's one of the things that he wants to achieve here. in terms of some of the colors that we're choosing here, in the master bedroom, the very end wall, at the very end of the hallway here, we're going to choose like a very beautiful kind of like a red color. Because that wall at the end of the hallway is along the feng side. And the element associated with feng is the element of fire, and the color associated with fire is the color of red. So he's going to have this very beautiful red wall, and so wherever you're standing in this apartment looking at that hallway through this arch, you're going to see something very beautiful at the end of the axis, so to speak. And so it'll be like a very welcoming way, and also kind of enhance more passion in his bedroom. So anyway.
In effect, feng shui is a way to take light and like mirrors and candles and prisms and maybe even bells,
right,
and have them work throughout the apartment to create more space.
That's right.
More flow.
Exactly.
Better traffic flow and to be able to be more pleasing to the eye.
Exactly. And actually, and so this is the Chinese concept about our life. If our space is very beautiful, how do we see the world? It's very beautiful. So what we want to do, we want to match our vision of the world, and our homes is going to be a microcosmic view of what that world is about. And we want to make it very comfortable. And actually, that's another fundamental principle about feng shui, is that if you feel very safe, you feel very calm and beautiful in your own home, how do you project yourself to the world? You feel very calm, you feel very trusting, you feel very, let's take some risk here, let's be very creative here. Versus if your home is so cluttered, or it's really tight, or there's no air, or there's no light, that's how you're going to see the world. It's going to be very dark. You can't do things. And so what we want to do, we want to create your literal home world to be a beautiful world.
Well, R.D., thank you so much.
Okay.
And I think that's exactly what we're creating right here for Stefano.
Giving an old kitchen a new look when Gimme Shelter comes right back.
Feng Shui is an ancient Chinese belief that teaches a way of life, combining the placement of objects in your surroundings with certain rituals, encouraging luck and good fortune. Now today, these teachings are reaching out to numerous cultures.
I see myself is kind of like this bridge between the East and the West.
Architect R.D. Chin began practicing the art of Feng Shui in the early 1990s. He says his primary goal is to enhance people's lives.
And when I started reading and studying about Feng Shui, there was an added depth of understanding about people and how they interact with their spaces.
Feng Shui revolves around the Bagua, a map that shows connections with your surroundings and your relationships, wealth, and career.
Then we have helpful people travel. There are many helpful people in our lives, teachers, mentors who may be alive or passed away.
Chin says removing clutter and organizing your furniture in a certain way may improve the flow of qi or positive energy through your space. Chin believes having good qi aligns you with the universe and makes you feel better. Stefano Cafiso asked Chin for help with his Upper East Side apartment.
RD just wanted to know what I wanted to achieve in my space. What did I really want to feel? And like, what do I feel when I enter certain rooms? And I just wanted to feel comfortable whenever I walked in.
Chin added mirrors, which he says reduces stress. He also shortened a long hallway and added arches above doorways to increase the flow of energy. Chin says a fountain in this corner keeps qi flowing in Cafiso's favor. Chin also used feng shui at Zena Parsons' Greenwich Village hair salon 3 years ago.
His recommendations were that this corner, because each area has a little story behind it, but this would be my fame and fortune. So whatever we do back here is what we'll probably be noted for.
Again, Chin added mirrors and curved angles to help aid the flow of qi.
The other thing is the restroom is right here, and he felt that the door should always be shut and the toilet seat should always be down, because he said all your money and energy goes out that way.
This ancient Chinese philosophy has gone from Eastern mysticism to American mainstream in less than a decade, making feng shui a multi-million-dollar business here in the U.S. Now, while there are no clinical studies that can actually prove or dispel its effectiveness, thousands swear by it.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but I don't want to leave home. I love being home.